This channel I started as a personal journal for my own transformation journey. And if in case someone is happening to see these videos, and if in case it is going to help you in any way, I'm very happy for that. But ideally, this is just a channel for my own personal transformation. Um, so let me tell why I happen to create this channel and why I decided to have a channel. Like first of all, I'm almost broke. I'm almost in a broke situation. What happened is, let me give you a brief history about myself. I have been a smoker for 10 plus years, and I have been indulging in watching porn and masturbation for nearly 15 years, and I could say, have been an addicted. I literally tried no fap, and few years back I was able to achieve like 63 days plus of nofap, but I failed and I got into the loop again, and a lot of things happened in between. I got into a depression. I would not say depression, but kind of sad depressed state. And smoking, I almost did a cold turkey few years back, and I was not smoking for almost 1.5 years, and again I started smoking. And the second time when I started smoking, it really hit me. I became a pack a day smoker. From earlier being like 5 or 6 cigarettes per day, I became like a pack a day or 2 pack a day smoker. So that's one thing. And another thing is, I'm a terrible procrastinator. I have terrible issue with procrastination, and I literally procrastinate for anything. And another thing is that when I was at age of 8 or 9, I was diagnosed with dyslexia. Now my therapist confirmed probably I may not had a dyslexia, but that's what I was told when I was 8 years old. And in my life, like, I was able to see a lot of symptoms which is associated with dyslexia. It may or may not be, but that is what I was being told and being diagnosed at age of 8. And another thing, when I was around age of 5 or 6, unfortunately I got into a situation where I was being sexually abused. And from the day it started, it happened for 3 years, and that um, affected my life in a very not so good way. And from the day, I think it should be like from the day it started, it has been almost I have completed almost 2 decades, and this affects it was terribly affecting my life in a lot of places. And I think one of the reason I got addiction to porn or masturbation should have come from this abuse. And my childhood was it was a mess actually. Mm, and to make things worse, when I was in teens, we had a financial issue in my family, and um, my father was diagnosed with depression, and I was like a scapegoat for him to vent out his um, all those things. His depression, I would not complain him or blame him, but he was helpless. He was broke financially at that time, and he was struggling. And fortunately and unfortunately, I was being a shock observer, and things it messed me. So I was struggling. I was not satisfied with my life. So I thought, okay, that's enough, and I need to transform. And I decided these things are not going to define who is me or destroy me. So I need to prove myself I'm greater than that, and I'm always hungry for greatness. And so what I did is, like, few months back, I reached out to therapist, and really great therapist she was, and she helped me in a lot of way to coming over from this thoughts of sexual abuse, and all the guilt which I was having. And at that time I was having a issue with my relationship as well. It's almost a breakup, and I really messed up in the relationship. I'm not going to blame who's the reason. Probably I it's from me, um, but somehow that affected me a lot, and she helped me way throughout of that with all my issues with guilt, self-doubt, and my personality of being not so assertive, being this what's so called a nice guy, and issue with I see even help me with issue with my addiction also, and I have already progressed a lot. I have a lot of gratitude for them for the therapy which they gave. I'm much better right now, and I'm in a path of quitting smoking. I already in a situation where I was able to, from being a 20 10 20 or 25 cigarette, having 25 cigarettes per day, to where I am right now, able to do several days without cigarette. So I decided, and it is going like I will go several days without a cigarette, and once I had a cigarette, and several days having a lot of cigarettes. This is the situation where I am right now. But this is somehow having a hook on me, so I decided I'm going to do the cold turkey again on all my addiction. And I decided this is going to be the day, this is going to be the day zero, and from tomorrow my cold turkey journey is going to start. So so what is my plan for the cold turkey? So I have a plan to go for abstinence for 105 days, that is 15 weeks. So where I came with this figure is like when I was doing no fap, people used to do 90 days of no porn and no masturbation, mm, to get out from addiction of porn and masturbation. So I took the concept of this 105 days from there. The 90 days, they used to do 90 days or 100 days, and that is roughly like 14 weeks and 2 days. 14 weeks and 2 days. So I thought, let me round it out and do for 15 weeks. That's why I came with not 5 days. So things I'm going to do in this 105 days is no porn, no masturbation, and no smoking. And fourth one is I'm not going to have any form of caffeine like coffee, tea, or chocolates. And the reason why I want to include caffeine in here is like I'm not morally against caffeine, or I don't have any issue with caffeine. I'm not addicted to caffeine. The reason why I brought it in here is this caffeine. Um, for me, it is acting as a trigger for having a cigarette. Whenever I have caffeine, I am getting a huge spike of, I mean, I will be feeling the temptation to have a cigarette. So I'm going to quit the caffeine also. And when I not taking caffeine, it is helping me with my sleep cycle as well. So I thought of including that. And along with that, I'm going to have do cold shower 2 times a day, morning and night. And this is what my plan is. And for this entire journal, I mean entire thing, I want to keep myself anonymous. So there is a lot of things which I'm going to tell about myself. So I don't want I'm not comfortable to expose all this out to the person I know. um, so I'm going to keep it as anonymous. It is going to act like a journal for me. If in case someone is going to see that and going to get benefited from that, hopefully that's good. I'm happy for that. um, so this is what my plan. And I'm going to be take it one day at a time. And let's see, I'm very positive and very optimistic that this is going to happen. And now the time is currently it is 3:50 p.m. in the evening. So I had last dose of caffeine at 2:30. So I had 3 pieces of dark chocolates and a tea. That I'm going to stop the caffeine intake right now, because I need at least 8 to 10 hours to drain out the caffeine to have a nice sleep. So I'm going to stop the caffeine now. The cigarette, this is going to be the day zero. I'm going to have as much as cigarette I need to have. And I have decided today, I have very specific about the timing. 10:30 sorry 10:45 p.m. today is the cutoff time. I'm going to stop right after that. The last cigarette is going to be before 10:45 p.m. and the timer is going to start for that. And even for masturbation and porn as well, whatever it is, this is going to be the last day to punish myself with every all of my addiction. And it's going to really start now. So I'll be updating everyday progress, and what are the triggers I am experiencing, how I'm going, what are the feelings I'm having, what are the withdrawal symptoms I am getting. Everything I'm going to record it and upload in the channel. I'm going to have it as a journal for myself. And that's it. Anyone going to watch, or if in case it is going to be benefiting you anyway, I'm happy for that. So all the best to myself.